G'day everyone, just checking in again with another video around health and wellbeing and another concept to share with you today to bounce off what we did the other day in terms of the different levels of health belief. Just a quick summary, we did talk the other day about taking people from symptomatic to a functional to a performance-based health belief, and what I want to do is expand on that today with a question of what is health? Yesterday my wife and I attended an obstetrician appointment for her, and there was some conversation around trying to remain as healthy as you can be in the current climate to try and give yourself the best possible outcome. So it made me think about a question that we often talk to patients about within the clinic, and that is, what is health? When we ask that question, we get a whole range of different answers from things like eating the right food, to exercising, to taking supplements and so forth. But invariably, we try to bring people back to this idea of health being an expression, that health is the natural expression of life and the life force that resides within the human body. Not just the human body, in fact, every living entity on the planet. And something that we often talk about is this idea that you can't add death into a system, into people, you can take life away. And if you think about it, we use terminology that supports this every day. Someone loses their life, we don't say someone gains death. Do we? And that expression, that individual expression, you can think about it when you see in TV shows and movies, the heart beating, they're on the machines in the hospital, then the heart flatlines. Something has been lost, something has diminished, something has gone from that human body that was there moments earlier. An analogy we like to use is that of a light bulb, also when we talk about this. So when you flick a switch, that light bulb has a potential energy that's stored within it, and it's trying to express maximally given the electricity that's coming towards that light bulb. Now, you can dim the light bulb, you can interfere with the amount of expression that it has, but if the light bulb is on full, you cannot add darkness into the room. You can take light away, but you can't add darkness in. What I want to bring that back to is our potential energy again as a human being, our potential to express health and well-being, our potential to express our life force. And there are two things that I often talk about with patients in regard to that, and they are conditions and requirements. So let's talk about requirements first. They might be things like nutrition, sleep, movement, oxygen, water, and so forth. And conditions are our external environment, and they are environments that support us getting oxygen and water and so forth like that. Sunlight, they're also environments that have limited toxicity so that our body isn't getting diminished through introducing things that it has to try and remove or it's challenged by. So yeah, we want to work on conditions and requirements, and then that helps us focus in on the things that are going to get that expression from our body raising up as much as it can. Now, this is obviously a different concept for some people, so I want to give you some examples where you might see this happening already. Recently, I just moved into a new house, and in the backyard, we have some trees, some weeds, and some insects going at the moment. We've had great conditions, some beautiful sunlight, some rain, there's rich soil there, we have some veggie patches, so the insects, they're loving it. They've got overgrown garden, lots of weeds because I've been too busy working on my business. They've got lots of things to eat. So the insects are thriving, the weeds are thriving, the trees are thriving because they've been given the right conditions and the right requirements for them to do so, and they're expressing themselves maximally. Just like if you don't water a garden, it diminishes the expression. Just like if you toxify the soil, it diminishes the expression. We can see it happening in life forms all around us every day. We just have to make sure we can make that connection to ourselves as well, because we are living entities just like the ones I just spoke about. And what we want to do is focus in on trying to make sure we're getting our requirements, giving ourselves maximum conditions so we can get that health expression optimizing. If we get it to high enough levels, we can bring ourselves through those levels of health beliefs too, from symptomatic to functional to performance-based. And when we're faced with any kind of challenge, we'll be in the best position to try and deal with it. Cheers.